JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, pregnant woman among three injured in inspiratory crash. 3 people, including a pregnant woman, were hospitalized Wednesday following a 2-vehicle accident on the Inspiratory Hill Main Road. It was reported that about 4 p.m. the driver of a tractor-trailer lost control of the heavy unit while traveling downhill. The pregnant woman reportedly jumped from the out-of-control trailer before it collided with a motor car which had been traveling in the opposite direction. The collision resulted in both vehicles plunging over a precipice. 2 women and a man were injured in the accident. A man who asked not to be named said that he was among passers-by who rushed to the assistance of the injured people. The truck developed a fault coming down the hill, and the driver tell the passenger in the truck to jump out from way up. May not carry them to hospital. The lady that was driving the car was badly hurt, he said. Another passerby said the pregnant woman kept saying that she was concerned about her unborn child. The baby, she shouted, he reported. A source said that the tractor-trailer, which was transporting sand, was stopped by police on the Winston Jones Highway on the outskirts of Mandeville minutes before the crash. The source said the police stopped the truck after 2 vehicles had been damaged by sand from the heavy unit. The crash resulted in a pileup of traffic as curious and concerned motorists stopped at the scene. Meanwhile, a Toyota Hilux pickup was damaged after the vehicle fell into a drain when its driver attempted to stop at the crash scene. The pickup was later removed when a truck driver used his vehicle to pull it from the drain. The crucial Inspiratory Hill Main Road links Mandeville and its environs to St. Elizabeth and points west. Heavily laden, slow-moving trucks often hinder traffic on the steep, difficult hill, and there have been a number of tragic accidents involving trucks over the years. 2 more guns found. 2 additional guns were seized in the Nannyville area of St. Andrew on Wednesday. The police reaped further success in their ongoing operation at Stadium East, where an AK-47 and a Remington shotgun were found, bringing the total number of illegal firearms seized to 10. The operation began about 2:30 p.m. on Sunday, when 3 guns and more than 50 assorted rounds were found. These include a shotgun, an AK-47 rifle, and an Uzi submachine gun. On Monday, a further 5 weapons were found, including 3 high-powered rifles, as well as 2 magazines and 60 cartridges. The police say 1 man has been arrested so far in relation to the search. Further checks made that his home allegedly unearthed 4 ballistic vests. The operation, which has been carried out by members of the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, CTOC, Specialized Operations, the K-9 Division, and the Jamaica Defense Force. Police seeking family of woman abandoned at hospital. The police in Clarendon are seeking the public's help to locate the family of a woman who was abandoned at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital in Kingston. The police said that 21-year-old Shauna Lee Green of Palmer's Cross in Clarendon was admitted to the hospital 2 weeks ago and is to be discharged. However, staff at the hospital and the police have been unable to locate her family. The relatives of Green or anyone knowing their whereabouts is asked to contact the Mapen Police at 876-986-2208 or the nearest police station. Cops find guns in full coup. Alleged lottery scammers arrested during operation. 7 persons, including 3 women, who were believed to be major players in the infamous lottery scam, were arrested on 3 illegal guns seized during an operation in Pitford, Granville, St. James on Wednesday. The police reported that a joint police-military operation was carried out at several premises along Artwell Drive between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. as the security forces searched for 2 alleged scammers known as Ratty and Blacks, who were among the 7 persons who were arrested. During the search, the lawmen seized a number of lead sheets and lottery scam paraphernalia. The search led the officers to a full coup at the rear of one of the premises, where the 3 illegal firearms were discovered. They are an American Tactical Omni-Hybrid M16 assault rifle, fitted with a multi-caliber magazine containing 22 5.56 cartridges, 1 Glock pistol fitted with a magazine containing 8 live 9mm rounds, and 1 Zig Pro pistol fitted with a magazine containing 10.40 cartridges. Further search of the coup led to the seizure of 2 additional Glock magazines and a Browning pistol magazine, along with 1 ballistic vest and 6 pairs of illegal motor vehicle registration plates. Those arrested are from Artwell Drive, Chambers Drive, Tucker, Maroon Town, and the Norwood Gardens. One police source said that Ratty and Blacks have been under the police radar for some time. Both men and their accomplices have been arrested and will be charged by Friday of this week, the source stated. We have strong evidence, which has revealed that the suspects have been part of a major lottery scamming ring, and also that they may also have been impersonating the police during their illegal activities. Andrea Blackman Bryan burst into laughter after murder victims' images displayed at court. The display of images of the charred remains of Jermaine Bryan and Cedella Walder, two alleged victims of the Wandon gang, amongst the debris of their former home on Wednesday morning, elicited a ghoulish outburst of laughter from accused leader Andrea Blackman Bryan and smug smiles from several of his co-accused presently on trial for that murder, amongst others. The two, according to investigators, died huddled together after they were peppered with bullets and their crudely constructed dwelling burned to the ground in the new nursery community in Spanish Town in September of 2017. The Crown, in opening its case on September 20 last year, said that incident, which is reflected in counts 7 and 8 on the 25-count indictment, were part of the crimes committed between 2015 and 2019 attributable to the gang, 33 alleged members of which are now being tried. The prosecutors, in reference to the evidence to come of the double murder of Bryan and Walder at that time, said the incident was demonstrative of the gruesome manner in which this gang operated. This act was said to be carried out by Bryan and co-accused Fabian Johnson, Dylan McLean, Brian Morris, Michael Whiteley, Tyreek James, and Jazeel Blake. On Wednesday morning, a detective corporal, who is also a forensic crime scene investigator, in being led through the photographic evidence, showed several spent casings amongst the charred remains of the couple and the debris. When the court was shown close-ups of what remained of the two citizens, which amounted to little more than skulls, and what appeared to be the burnt torsos of the two, Bryan burst into maniacal laughter, bending down and holding his head. One of the accused looked towards reporters with raised eyebrows, a smug smile spilling from behind his mask, while others chuckled. The detective corporal, who began giving his evidence on Tuesday, had said investigators were able to discern breasts and the pubic parts of a male in the rubble, leading them to conclude that the victims were male and female. Last December, a detective corporal assigned to the Major Investigations Division of the Constabulary detailed the grim sight and horrid smell that greeted investigators, who were called to the scene in the wee hours of the morning in question. When I went into the compound where the incident took place, I saw smoke coming out of the rubble. It was obvious that somewhere had burnt down. I saw spent casings, different types of spent casings, the detective corporal recalled. She said the casings were of different sizes and colors. I remember seeing 9mm spent casings and 5.56mm spent casings, she told the court. In the embers, she said, were the remains of the two individuals. I could see the charred remains of two persons, and how I knew there were two persons is that they were huddled together. And I saw the torso areas, where the ribs were, and I saw the skulls. I could smell the burnt flesh. It had the smell of when somebody kills a dog and burns a dog, she stated. No ruling for Rastateen's case yet. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, ODPP, is still not certain when it will be able to hand down a ruling in the case of 19-year-old Nzinga King, who it is alleged was forcibly trimmed by a cop while she was in custody. We had written to Indicom to get further information. We got some, but some is still outstanding. We heard from them last week, so we're still waiting. We can't rule definitively until that is done, Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, said on Wednesday. Last year, a video was circulated on social media in which King and her mother, Shirley McIntosh, claimed that a member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force assigned to the Four Parts police station in Clarendon forcibly trimmed King's locks. In the video, King, who said she's a lifelong Rastafarian, also alleged that she was unfairly detained by the police following an incident in a public passenger vehicle. In a press release on Monday, the anti-corruption and governance group, the Advocates Network, expressed its disappointment at the lack of information and delays into the investigations of King's case. The Advocates Network anxiously awaits the results of the investigation into the reported human rights abuses committed at the police station more than 6 months ago. Ms. King is symbolic of the have-nots in Jamaica, who continue to be neglected and whose human rights are so often disregarded and abused, the organization said. It added that it is demanding respect and fair access to King's justice, whose rights as a woman and Rastafarian seem to have been infringed during the traumatic incident. More than 2 months ago, Indicom had reported that it had completed its probe into the incident. At that time, the investigative body said an investigative file and commission's report had been submitted to the ODPP on November 11 for a ruling. The ODPP may rule that criminal charges, disciplinary action, or no criminal charges against the implicated cops. Jamaica reports 500 new COVID cases, 2 deaths. Jamaica reported 500 new cases of COVID-19 and 2 virus-related deaths on Wednesday. This pushed the total number of cases of the virus since the start of the pandemic to 122,463 and the death toll to 2,617. Of the newly reported cases, there were 276 females and 221 males with ages ranging from 92 days to 97 years. The sex of 3 of the cases were reported under investigation. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 117, St. Catherine 113, Manchester 56, St. James 56, Westmoreland 48, St. Elizabeth 30, St. Thomas 26, Clarendon 26, St. Anne 16, Hanover 7, Trelawney 3, and St. Mary 2. Meanwhile, the latest victims include a 90-year-old male from St. Elizabeth and a 72-year-old male from St. Catherine. 4 more deaths are reported under investigation. According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also recorded 200 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 68,949. The country's positivity rate now stands at 36.5%. There are 562 people hospitalized, 21 of them critically ill. There are 10,696 confirmed active cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.